I'm glad you're here with me as I continue to read the Bible using the New Heart English Bible translation. In this episode, I read Revelation chapter 2. Howdy, welcome to God's Adopted. I'm here to help encourage you to grow in faith through stories, teaching, and practical examples so you can experience more of God in and through your life. When we get born again, He adopts us. This podcast is here to encourage us all to grow in becoming the children of God He's adopted us to become. Join me and learn to do like Peter did. Let's get out of the boat and step on the water with Jesus. Chapter 2. To the angel of the church in Ephesus write, He who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, he who walks among the 7 golden lampstands, says these things. I know your works, and your toil and perseverance, and that you cannot tolerate those who are evil, and have tested those who call themselves apostles, and they are not, and found them false. You have perseverance, and have endured for my name's sake, and have not grown weary. But I have this against you, that you left your first love. Remember, therefore, from where you have fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I am coming to you, and will move your lampstand out of its place, unless you repent. But this you have, that you hate the works of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, I will give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God. To the angel of the church in Smyrna write, The first and the last, who was dead and has come to life, says these things. I know your tribulation and your poverty, but you are rich, and the blasphemy of those who say they are Jews, and they are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Do not be afraid of the things which you are about to suffer. Look, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested, and you will have oppression for 10 days. Be faithful until death, and I will give you the crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. He who overcomes won't be harmed by the second death. To the angel of the church in Pergamum write, He who has the sharp 2-edged sword says these things. I know where you dwell, where Satan's throne is. You hold firmly to my name, and did not deny my faith even in the days of Antipas, my witness, my faithful one, who was killed among you, where Satan dwells. But I have a few things against you, because you have there some who hold the teaching of Balaam, who taught Balak to throw a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit sexual immorality. So you also have some who hold to the teaching of the Nicolaitans likewise. Repent, therefore, or else I am coming to you quickly, and I will make war against them with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, to him I will give of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone, and on the stone a new name written, which no one knows but he who receives it. To the angel of the church in Thyatira write, The Son of God, who has his eyes like a flame of fire, and his feet are like burnished bronze, says these things. I know your works, your love, faith, service, patient endurance, and that your last works are more than the first. But I have this against you, that you tolerate the woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess. She teaches and seduces my servants to commit sexual immorality and to eat things sacrificed to idols. I gave her time to repent, but she refuses to repent of her sexual immorality. Look, I will throw her into a sickbed, and those who commit adultery with her into great oppression, unless they repent of her works. I will kill her children with death, and all the churches will know that I am he who searches the minds and hearts. I will give to each one of you according to your deeds. But to you I say, to the rest who are in Thyatira, as many as do not have this teaching, who do not know what some call the deep things of Satan, to you I say, I am not putting any other burden on you. Nevertheless, hold that which you have firmly until I come. He who overcomes, and he who keeps my works to the end, to him I will give authority over the nations. He will rule them with an iron scepter, shattering them like clay pots, as I also have received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. I love seeing how our real living God is working in and through our real living lives in this real world. Please subscribe to this podcast and keep listening. If you've been blessed or encouraged in some way and want to leave a review, please do that by writing your review on iTunes. If you haven't already, please drop in and say howdy in our Facebook group when you can. See you next time on The Water with Jesus.